All right, guys, let's get some NCAA picks and props for Saturday, February 3rd slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, at the moment I am 0-0. I gave out my Marist fighting Red Foxes, and I took them -2.5 against Mount St. Mary's. And the game is almost at halftime. And Marist, they started off very cold, only had 2 points for the first 6 minutes of the game. But hey, they're fighting hard. They're only down by 9 right now. Their defense is going to be stifling the second half. Got to hold out faith. Let's go.
And I gave out Princeton plus 3.5 on the road against Yale. Everybody's in my ear today. I was listening to a bunch of podcasts. Yale, they're going to be upset. Princeton knocked them out of the NCAA tournament last season. Well, Princeton's up by 8 right now with about 3 minutes left in the first half, 32-24. So it's looking really good. Hopefully Princeton can hold on and get that cover for us, the plus 3.5. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, and I'm 0-0 on the props as well. I gave out Ryan Kalkbrenner over 17.5 points versus Butler. We're all recording before our live show yesterday. So if you watched it, thanks for watching. And we go live every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Time. So make sure to tune into that. But Creighton game has not started, so 0-0.
I'm 0-0 right now as well. I gave out Jalen Solinger of Kent State to go over his total points. His average on the season is 14.5. He's got 15 at the half against Buffalo. And I'm begging somebody to comment that they bet it because I couldn't find it anywhere. And if somebody doesn't comment, I can't take a win. So it's tough. If I don't bet it, we don't take a win or a loss. So hopefully somebody out there found the prop, bet it, and I can take the win for it. So Trey, let's go to the game picks for the nationally televised games. College basketball, you gave out Ohio State plus 5.5. I gave out the Hawkeyes minus 5.5 at home. I think that game was tied last time I checked, pretty early in the game. And then we both gave out Akron minus 4.5 at home, protecting home court against Toledo. So neither of those games have finished up yet, but we will update the leaderboard whenever those games finish up. Now, Trey, let's go to the televised games for tomorrow. We have so many good games tomorrow, and we're going to start with Wichita State going up against Memphis. I think we have 5 games we're going to break down on the live for Friday, so hopefully you guys tune in for that. But for this game, Memphis minus 10.5, Wichita or over under is 158.5. I'm going to start. Memphis has problems, and they have big problems. They've lost 4 consecutive against the spread. Penny Hardaway Jr., not a good coach. I touched on that 2 videos ago. I took Wichita State as my dog of the week. I think they're going to win this game outright. I'm going to take the plus 10.5. Memphis, they've got one good player, David Jones. Everybody else has been a complete disaster. Even Quinterly, the transfer out of Alabama, he's been really bad lately too. So I think Wichita State, they can score a ton of points in this Memphis team. We saw it in the first matchup, and I know they won the first matchup like 105-87 or something like that. But I do think Wichita State defensively is better than Memphis. They're going to get it done in this game. I think the Wichita State wins outright. I'm going to take plus 10.5. Trey?
I'm shocked. I can't do it there. As you guys know, I'm recently based out of Wichita, so I'm kind of plugged into this Wichita State team, and everybody hates them. They were recently up double digits at halftime to Tulsa and then blew the second half lead. That was in their last game, so they're not coming into this game with momentum. Yes, Memphis has been doo-doo on a stick. That cannot be contradicted by anything, but at the same time, their offense cannot be disputed. Their offense is legit. I do not think that Wichita State can score enough points to keep up. They did that in their last game versus Memphis and still got blown out in that game by, I think, like 15 points. I expect something similar here. Give me Memphis minus 10.5 at home.
Yeah, the problem for me is just like, I mean, you could score the 80 plus Wichita State, we can see it, but they got to get some stops on the other side. And I don't know if they can or not, but this is a good spot, I think, to back Wichita State. So we're going to be separate on that pick. I'm going to take Wichita State. You've got Memphis. Let's go to the next game. This is going to be a pretty good game. St. Mary's going up against Gonzaga. Both of these teams top 30 in KenPom. Who do you like here?
Yeah, this game is going to be really fun. And this matchup, especially in the Big West Conference, has always shown up to be very, very enticing. And I don't think it's going to be any different this year. Gonzaga is only minus 4.5 at home here versus St. Mary's. Yeah, I'm not going to take that bank. Give me St. Mary's here. I'm going to take them at plus 4.5. You guys can see that team stats defense, 58 points per game allowed by St. Mary's. Their defense is absolutely legit. Aiden Mahaney is just a dog on this team, and he's been a dog this whole season long. I expect him to show up here in this game. And yes, Gonzaga, they have some good players on their team, but it's not clicked yet this season for some reason. You know, in the past few seasons, they've been a very good team, but this season they got Ryan Nimhard from Creighton, and it just has never like clicked for him there. He is not shooting very effectively. Plug in this elite St. Mary's defense, it's going to get even worse. Give me St. Mary's here on the road plus 4.5.
Yeah, I think you said it great. Gonzaga, usually we talk about them being so good and then they suck in the NCAA tournament. Well, this year, I don't think Gonzaga is that good at all. So maybe they do better in the NCAA tournament than usual, but I'm with you. St. Mary's plus 4.5 to play. They're going to muck this game up. They're going to play their tempo of basketball. They're going to slow everything down. This is going to be like a 62-67 game, and I think St. Mary's is actually going to win this game because this is their Super Bowl. They always want to beat Gonzaga. This is always a tough game. So I like St. Mary's here with the points. Should be a great game. Trey, let's go to our plays for tomorrow. I'll have you start us off in a massive Saturday slate.
Yep, and I picked a great game to talk about. I feel like I'm going to be attacking this Appalachian State going up against Georgia Southern game, and I think this is going to be a very fun game to watch, even if one team is significantly better than the other. Appalachian State, they come to this game with an 18-4 record. They're also 13-7 ATS in the Mountaineers. They're also 5-3 on the road this season, and that's earned them the 81st ranking in the KenPom, which is pretty impressive for a mid-major school. And Georgia Southern, they come in this game with a 5-17 record. They're also 8-13-1 ATS in the Eagles. They are 3-3 at home this year. That has earned them the 55th worst ranking in the KenPom. That is no bueno. In fact, these two teams, they actually played last week at Appalachian State. They won that game by 10 points. And I expect them to lay the wood down even harder in this game. I'm going to be taking Appalachian State. I'm going to buy a half point. I'm going to take them at -10.5 here in this game. They're just easily the better team. And if you guys remember, I guess if you would remember, because if your member videos, I gave out Troy -5.5 versus Georgia Southern 2 days ago on our member videos. And Georgia Southern, they lost that game by 21 points. It was a no sweat bet for us with Troy. And I do expect a similar outing here in this game because Georgia Southern, they're simply not a good team. Appalachian State, they're just going to be able to progressively outscore Georgia Southern throughout this game because the Mountaineers, they score the 85th most points per game. And Georgia Southern, they allow the 27th most points per game. Appalachian State might reach 90-plus points here in this game. And whenever we factor in that this Eagles team only scored 63 points in their last game and is barely averaging 70 points for the season, I expect this bet to be cashed by halftime, and then we're just going to cruise to an easy cover, guys. Give me Appalachian State -10.5 versus Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Trey, I do like that spot there for you. For my play today, going back to the Big 12, I'm going to be looking at Iowa State going up against Baylor. This is one of those big games that you got to really find every single angle before you make a play. And I'm going to side with the Baylor Bears here, -2.5 in the game. The Big 12 is an absolute powerhouse this season. Every single team can knock off the other team. But the one thing that we know stays consistent with every conference is that it's always hard to win on the road, especially in college basketball. The Big 12 has been no different this season. Teams are 25-42 when they're playing on the road. Iowa State this season comes in with a 2-2 record on the road. Baylor comes in with a 10-1 record at home. So I'm gonna give the slight edge to the Baylor Bears here. Baylor, they're one of those teams this season that keeps finding a way to be talked about in a negative way. And I think they're a really good team. They just keep losing some of these really close games in conference. And according to KenPom, they rank 16th in the nation, having the 4th best offensive efficiency in the nation, 77th in defense. But people keep saying negative things about the Baylor Bears because they can't win the close games. They have lost 3 of the last 4 games, and I'm going to have Trey guess how many points you think they lost those 3 games by combined.
I'm going to say combined. I'm going to say, since you say they've been losing close games, I'm going to say 9 points.
They have lost by a total of 9 points. They took a 4-point loss to Kansas State, a 2-point loss to Texas, and a 3-point loss to TCU. They're coming off a really good road win, though, against UCF. They scored 77 points on that defense. I think this is the right spot to back them after Iowa State has dominated them over the last couple seasons on their home floor. The Cyclones have won 3 consecutive games against Baylor, and 2 of those games were on Baylor Bears home court. This is a great revenge spot for Baylor. I think they put up a ton of points in this game. They've proven they can go up against a good defense and score a ton of points last week against UCF. Give me the Bears here, -2.5 as the play. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, and I'm going to go with Tyler Kolek here to go over his points against Georgetown. I really love this over for Kolek in this game. We're going to see him dominate very quickly here in this one. That's because that's exactly what he did in his last game. Kolek, he traveled to Villanova and left on the bus with a 32-piece nugget. And I'm not very surprised by that either because Kolek, he loves playing on the road this season. In his 7 road games, he's averaging playing 5 more minutes per game, taking 4 more shots per game, and averaging 18.6 points per game, which is well over his season-long average. And whenever we factor in that this Georgetown defense is no bueno, it makes me love this play even more because Georgetown, they have the 64th worst-ranked defense in KenPom. And Kolek last season versus Georgetown at Georgetown, he scored 14 points. I expect him to want to push that to a 20-plus piece nugget here. Give me Kolek. He's the engine that makes this Golden Eagle offense go. I'm going with Tyler Kolek to go over his points versus Georgetown.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there for you. For my player prop today, it's going to be Dalton Knecht to go over his total points going up against Kentucky. If you guys have been with us for a month or so now, you would know this is an automatic play for me. I just haven't given him out in a while. Dalton Knecht, he's the best college basketball player in the nation right now. I don't even think it's up for debate. I don't think it's up for discussion, so don't try to argue with me in the chat. On the season, he's scoring 20.1 points per game, but over the last month of basketball, he's been the best scorer in the nation. Since January 10th, Dalton Knecht has scored 25-plus points in all 6 games. He scored 28, 36, 39, 25, 32, 31 over the last 6 games. And even with Tennessee's loss in the last game against South Carolina, who has a really good defense, Dalton Knecht put up 31 of the 59 total points scored. He's been shooting the lights out of the ball, and the volume shooting has really been taking over. He's shooting nearly double the amount he took earlier in the season. He has now shot 20-plus times in 5 consecutive games, and that's not going to slow down in this game going up against Kentucky, which should be one hell of a game to end the night slate. Kentucky, they love to put up fireworks with their points scored per game, but they lack defense. I do think Dalton Knecht's going to have himself another 25-plus point game. Give me the kid, Dalton Knecht to Tennessee, to go over his total points against Kentucky as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Appalachian State here, minus 10.5 versus Georgia Southern. They are the way better team. They're going to be up by double digits by halftime, and then we're just going to cruise to an easy victory. Georgia Southern, they are no bueno. Also going with Tyler Kolek to go over his points versus Georgetown. Kolek, he's been amazing this season, especially on the road, so it's not going to be any different against this terrible Georgetown defense.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Baylor Bears minus 2.5 on their home floor. They've lost 3 consecutive games against the Cyclones. I think they really showed me something in the last game against UCF. I think they dominate the Cyclones in this game. And they give me Dalton Knecht. The number's probably going to be high, and you're probably going to get scared off of it, but please don't. Take his over points. I think it was 22.5 last game at plus money, and he scored 31 points against South Carolina. Give me Dalton Knecht over his points against Kentucky. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Saturday, February 3rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit 10,000 subscribers again. We want to thank everybody again. Trey, if you want to pull that 10,000 subscribers up, if you guys comment llama on any of our videos up until Super Bowl, you will be entered into winning $1,000 from us. The only catch is, come Super Bowl Sunday, you have to be in the chat to claim the prize. We're going to have a live at halftime. You have to be in the chat to claim the prize, and you have to comment llama on any of the videos up until the Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans minus 2.5, the Heat minus 5, Quinnipiac minus 4.5, and Wisconsin minus 10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called, but you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,